Hi, I'm Deputy Finance Officer Kari Carlson.
And I'm the City Assessor, Tim Bolger.
We're going to walk through two documents that will be arriving in mailboxes in March related to taxes and home valuations. I'll talk about the property tax statement and Tim will discuss the valuation notice. Every year, the county, city, and school district levy a total property tax dollar amount that is necessary to fund city services. At the bottom of the property tax statement, there is a breakout of tax amounts showing the portions that go to Hennepin County, the City of Bloomington, and the Bloomington School District. Each of these separate entities receives approximately a third of the total taxes. Keeping a city running takes a lot of work and resources. Each year, department budgets and services are carefully studied to make sure services are meeting residents' needs and making progress on the mission to make Bloomington an enduring and remarkable community where people want to be. The city's total tax levy amount is spread out among properties based on their value and type of property. Minnesota property tax calculations are very complex, but basically properties that have higher values pay a higher portion of the tax levy. Tax statements are based on the previous year's property valuations. City staff will be out in the community from April to October gathering input from the public and bringing forward information to the City Council as the Council determines next year's budget and property taxes needed to fund that budget. The property taxes for next year will be assessed based on the property valuation notices from the previous year, which Tim will now walk through.
In addition to the property tax statements that Kari spoke about, valuation notices are also mailed out in March each year. As Kari stated, these will be used to determine the property taxes you pay next year, but the time to discuss or appeal your classification or value is right when you receive the notice. The valuation notice will show your estimated market value, or EMV, which is used to determine the amount of property taxes you will pay next year. The EMV of your property is determined by the city's assessing division and is based on the market conditions leading up to the assessment date of January 2nd each year. This is the most probable sale price of a property if it were sold on the open market as of that assessment date. If you believe that the property information on your valuation notice is not correct or believe the value to be inaccurate, you may appeal. Please call our office at 952-563-8722 to discuss your concerns with an assessor. If an inspection is needed, we can schedule an appointment with you. Please note that it is always helpful to bring evidence to these conversations explaining why you believe your value is incorrect. A few comparable sales or a recent appraisal are always helpful. Although most concerns can be resolved by contacting our assessing division, there is also an option to appeal by attending the local Board of Appeal and Equalization meeting. Information about where and when this meeting will be held can be found on your valuation notice. The board is an appointed panel of Bloomington residents who are knowledgeable in real estate. They provide a fair and objective forum for property owners to appeal the value or classification of their property. If after attending the local meeting, you are still not satisfied with the outcome, you can attend the Hennepin County Board of Appeal and Equalization meeting. It is required that you call ahead to be placed on the agenda for both the local and the county board. By the way, dates and deadlines are also available on the city's assessing website. Remember, it is always best practice to contact the Bloomington Assessing Division first with questions. Many concerns can be resolved informally by speaking with our team. I would also like to mention that the state offers income-based property tax refunds for both homeowners and renters. Additionally, there is a non-income-based property tax refund available for properties where there has been a large increase in taxes year over year. That state refund form is called the M1PR and can be found on the Minnesota Department of Revenue's website. If you have any questions about your valuation notice or questions about the state's property tax refund program, please contact the city's assessing division at 952-563-8722 or by email assessing@bloomingtonmn.gov, and we'd be happy to help you.
Thanks for watching. We're always trying to improve the ways we engage and communicate. If you have suggestions for how we can do better at getting resident input and sharing information, please don't hesitate to contact us with your ideas.